Hey guys, welcome back to another one of CCA's interview, which is part of our outreach series. For those who don't know, my name is Aaliyah. I am a CCA intern and a graduate from St. Peter's University in Jersey City, New Jersey, where I recently received my bachelor's in biology. I too was born with a facial difference called Nagar Syndrome that came with a long road of surgeries, therapies, and a lot of rehabilitation. But as you already know, it never stopped me from achieving any of my goals. So today I am joined with Anibel Bruce. Annie was born with a rare condition called Nagar Syndrome, where she has had 40 surgeries and is only 19 years old. She is an advocate who shares her story to inspire and educate young people with disabilities. Welcome, Annabelle.
Hi. What's
It,
going?
it is a pleasure to have you on our series.
Thank you for having me. This is so fun.
Thank you for sharing and enjoying your time with us. How are you today?
I'm good. You?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I'm doing good too. I know. Okay, Miss Annabelle Bruce, aka Chosen. But we're not gonna get there yet. I think I spoiled it. I think I little spoiled it. But to start us off, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Anibel Bruce. I am a 19-year-old student at New York School of Interior Design. Um, I really enjoy the art of making people's spaces better. And I love sushi. I love clothes. I love sneakers. I love hanging
Yeah.
out with Aaliyah. you know, I'm not in there. But yeah, pretty chill.
That's cute. You named some of my favorite stuff too. Sushi, clothes, fashion, which we always do when we always link up together.
Yeah.
So Andy, I know you mentioned you're in college and to pursue to become an interior designer. When spark
Yes.
what's that?
Because let me tell you, it's a lot of school, but I'm enjoying it.
All that matters. It's all about your passion and what you like to do. So what inspired you to become an interior designer?
So actually, my my original inspiration was photography,
Hmm.
and I love taking pictures. You know that I love taking pictures. I love capturing the moment. But as I got to high school my freshman year,
Mhm.
things kind of drifted, and I was like, I started falling in love with putting colors together and putting patterns together, and light pictures and things like that. And I was like, I know this is a career, but what is it called? Like I always knew the that it was a thing, but
Mhm.
I didn't know like interior design was a thing.
Mhm.
So I started doing research, and I'm like, I really like this. And I started watching Property Brothers,
That's my show.
Chip and Joanne, and all the interior design shows. You named it, I've watched it. And so I was like, I really like this. And then COVID hit, and I started falling in love with the idea more of making people happy in their own spaces. And then June, I want to say sophomore year to my senior year, I got into New York School of Interior Design, one of the best schools in New York State. And yeah, and now I'm going into my second year, and I'm currently aiming for my associate, but I would like to go back later and get my bachelor's or master's.
Wow. This is only your second year, you said, right? Wow. That's so amazing. Like you are truly blessed to be at that school.
Yeah, I'm really just following God's plan.
That's it. It's already written. Just following
Already.
it. But that's pretty tough. When you told me when we met, when you told me you wanted to become an interior designer, for me, I didn't know what that was, honestly. Even though I watched Property Brothers and everything, but when you said interior designer, I was like, oh my gosh, you want to become a fashion designer? And we're like, no, oh, yeah, no. But for the viewers that are watching, can you tell us a little bit what is interior design?
an interior designer can be very many different things. You can do residential, you can do commercial, you can do hospitality, which is like hotels and restaurants. You're basically taking a space that a client is not happy with, and you're just making it better. You're making it to their style. You're meeting their needs and making it their own. A lot of people look for interior designers when they have too much stuff in the room, or they want it to be more organized, or they want it to fit their personality. They want wallpaper, they want whatever you want, that's what we do. And I love the idea of the changing a person's world through design.
Mm,
Not only as a disability advocate, but as just an interior designer in the industry. And yeah, it's a really fun career. You learn about so many different things. And I love it. I love every part of it. As hard as it gets, I love what I do.
So you the person I'm gonna be calling, oh yo, like I just bought a house and I need you to fix my bedroom, everything, da da da.
You're not that too.
And the
Let's
like free?
so I'm
No,
not too. What?
just kidding. Kidding. But in all honesty, Annie, like, you know, how when I first met you, you already know how it went down, you know. I told you before I met you, I discovered you on Instagram on Miss Naomi's Instagram through her project, Don't Dare See Me. And
Yes.
I told you this whole story. When I saw that picture, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to meet her. And God's plan, it all happened. Everything happens for a reason. And just to see you now blossoming into your own self, embracing every part of yourself is truly, truly honoring and beautiful. As a woman of color with a facial difference, with a disability, it's just so good to see another person doing it, killing it, being visible on social media. So I just want to say I thank you so much for sharing your story and just being you.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And that leads me to my next question. Like, I've seen everything on social media. You are truly empowering, beautiful being, and it truly shows on all platforms. I see your TikTok, girl. You killing it. Just keep going, you know. We need that representation. It really matters, you
It
know.
really is better.
And as I was just watching or just, scrolling through your TikTok, I already know your message, what you're trying to put out the world. But to the viewers who are watching, what is the main goal you're trying to put out or message?
My main message would be my main message would be to educate the uneducated. Um, People that don't have disabilities tend to put down people with disabilities, and I feel like I should be a representation of, okay, I'm more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Have a conversation with me for 10 minutes, and
Right.
you'll be laughing.
Right.
The dynamic that I have
Yeah.
and the love that I have for everybody around me is so powerful, and my
Mm-hmm.
story is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so to be able to educate and help other kids like me and people with other disabilities, truly, truly, truly a blessing for me to be the voice of the people that don't have one
Mm-hmm.
or are still trying to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my voice definitely came later, and I grew up thinking very negatively and not saying why not me. I was saying almost why me, and I wasn't getting the bigger picture. I wasn't saying like, okay, you can help kids. Your story is empowering. you can do whatever you want to do. You just gotta figure it out. And then the hard-headed kid that I was, I didn't figure it out until I got older. And then once I met you, it was like, okay, it's time to figure it out. And now that I have figured it out, I've been helping kids all throughout the world, and I love it.
You hit me when you said when you were younger, you used to say, "Why me?" And I used to say that so many times. You just like unlocked, I wouldn't say a core memory because that wasn't core, like, something that needs to stay or resonate with me. But that just, when you said that, I'm like, oh my gosh, little Leah used to say that all the time, like, why me? And now, like, like you said, you're putting yourself out there, more visible, things are happening, da 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 da. And now it's like, why not me? I feel like I'm just looking at myself in the mirror and it feels so good because you're only 19 years old. For you to say everything, like the reason I just asked you, oh, why are you doing this? And you just said to educate the uneducated. You're only 19 years old. It just, I wasn't like you when I was 19 years old. So this is really why representation really matters. And I just, it just makes me so happy that this is actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like speechless because like this is very empowering. This is impactful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And your story. Girl,
My story is definitely one.
you just changed just like that. Like when I first met you, you was not, and I was like, not even a
Not
girl.
even a year ago. Not even a year ago. I know.
Oh my God.
No, I changed in a matter of 6 months. I sat down with myself and I was like, alright, we need to get busy. Your story needs to be told. You have a voice and you're just letting it sit on things that when you can be educating the uneducated.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was reading through your little bio that guys, so when anyone wants to be a part of our series, I give out a little Google form link and you have to fill out questions and everything. And I wanted to share what Annie wrote. She wrote, I want to, even though she said it so many times, but I want to emphasize, I want to tell my story and share with people what it is like to being a woman of color growing with a disability. Not only Annie has a disability, but she's a woman of color. She's only a teenager and she's doing a thing. She's doing her thing. And I feel like to emphasize that because not everyone is in her position, is able to do that, if that makes sense. And for her to be able to share her story, to use her voice to amplify other people that are silent or just aren't ready to share their story or advocating in different ways, I feel like, oh, I just lost my train of thought. I might think of it at the end. But my next question for you, Annie, is has being visible on social media changed you in any way?
Being visible on social media has definitely changed me. I was, especially with Instagram, I was just posting myself just like normal people do. And, just posting like me being a fashionista that I am. And, yeah, and then I sat back and I was like, I want to create content. I want
Mhm.
to create content. People need to know the inside of children's life. And once I started doing that, the publicity was crazy.
The
I,
publicity? Is you saying the
I was like, what? And then I did a video for Faces, and that got over 11,000 views, and I was like, I like this. I like the idea of helping people and telling my story at the same time.
Mhm.
And then I've always had a platform on TikTok. My videos would always jump, you know what I mean? And I would get a certain amount. Huh?
Did you say flop?
No, I
Oh,
said jump.
oh,
Jump. Like the views
it'll
would,
go up here. It'll go up
yeah,
here.
the views would be very high. And I was like, I'm going to continue this, but I also want to continue on Instagram. So once I started doing both, the publicity went even crazier. So,
And how did
uh,
that make you feel?
um, it definitely changed. It definitely changed a lot. I would say I felt very inspired and
Yeah.
very more powerful than I already was. And it showed me that God was in my corner. If I just kept going and kept telling my story, that was my calling. Interior design is my calling, but telling my story is even more of a calling than I should have started years ago.
Mhm.
But I'm glad that I'm here now, because now I'm going to take it to the high.
Oh, we love to hear that. It's so good to hear, the positive side of being visible on social media because, when I was younger, I did not want to be visible. Like your age, no, you would not see me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, nothing, not even taking a photo. Like you're only
Mhm,
19 years old, like literally 19 years old, me covering my face with my hair, like little swoop, and just being like head down, not talking to nobody. So
mhm,
it's so good to see that, you're showing yourself and you're showing all aspects of yourself. You're not hiding yourself. Again, I know I'm saying thank you so much for being visible, but you don't understand how many people you're inspiring. Like people that you don't even think you're inspiring are watching you. So that's why I say to everyone, keep doing what you do. You don't know who's watching you at all times, you know? And I'm
agreed.
lucky to bring you along this journey, not only with me, but all the advocates. We're all here to support you anyway. Um, I've seen you on billboards. Let's get into that. In the real
Oh my god.
to that. Can we
What?
just sit silent? Let's give us like
Oh, moment of silence, please.
like let's really talk about it. That's
Listen,
how do you feel?
I feel, alright, I'm gonna be honest. I,
Wait. Before we go into that, can you explain to people why you're on billboards and the reason?
okay, so my organization has reached out to me with an opportunity that I took, and, um, we're trying to get the facial difference community out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted a video of us telling our story, but also showing our careers, showing our lives, showing everything about us that wasn't what you first looked at.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a calling, and it was like, we need children here, so let's do it. And I
Mm-hmm.
took the opportunity, and now I am on the 5 boroughs of New York City. And the way that I feel, there's no word to describe how I feel. I am blessed. I have goosebumps. I am beyond joyful. I love every part about it. I love every part of the organization. And every part of who I am is in that one photo. My disability, my personality. You can just tell by looking at that picture that girl is not a normal girl. But she is the chosen one, which we will get into. But in any event, beautiful, beautiful organization, amazing opportunity, and many more to come. So
Everyone, many more to come. But as y'all heard it, she is on numerous billboards, bus ads all over the tri-state area. And it really goes to show that representation really matters. Like, I stress this so much. I even stress this on all social media platforms. I put this representation does matter. Because I remember the first time we spoke, we're just getting to know each other. And now just seeing you just out there. Like, literally, my parents were literally driving. They're like, and I'm like, oh, bitch. Wow. Wow. Finally.
right.
I could say my friend is on a billboard sharing her story. Not only to me, which is right now, not showing to your organization, but anyone driving. That's crazy.
Worldwide.
Because you already know the
Worldwide.
things that are placed upon people with disabilities and facial differences. And this goes beyond that. You're helping so many kids, adults. It really matters. No, I said that's why representation really matters in the community,
It does, and some people figure that out later than sooner. But once you figure it out, your whole life changes.
Yeah, everyone has their own timing, but like when they actually physically see someone like us just living their life, that's it. It's like, oh my God, they can do it. Yes, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. And it's all about us putting us at the tables, putting us in the media, but positively and nicely, So thank you for doing that. And
Nothing I want to do more.
Yeah. My last question for you. This might not be my last question because I do want to ask you another question. But
Ask away.
do you have any advice, especially for the viewers and for me who are tuned in, on finding confidence? Because when I was, like how I mentioned so many times, when I was your age, I did not have the confidence like you have right now. Did not talk to anyone, did not want to associate, did not want to take pictures or nothing. I just want to know how'd you do it? How'd you do it, girl?
It's crazy how often I get that question, and I never know how to answer it. You really just have to connect with yourself. You have to connect and say, do I care about me or do I care about the outside world? Do I care how people look at me? Do I care how... Because I used to walk around, head down, not want to talk to nobody, not want to look at nobody. People look at me, I'd be like, what are you looking at? And I kind of grew out of that stage of my life, and I was like, you need to change the way you think. You need to change the way you think because then that will change how you view other people. So once I changed how I thought about myself, people started changing how they thought about me. And now I have, people that I used to not be friends with being like, Annie, like, let's do this and let's do that. That's what you want. That's what you want. You want the unknown to know who you are, recognize you. I feel like people don't recognize people with disabilities for the right reason. And I want to be the voice and be the change of that. So if it can start with me, it can start with anybody else. You just gotta have the right mindset.
You are absolutely correct. Every work has to work through internally. The internal work is the worst and the best work. I say worst because it's the hardest thing to do.
Yes, it is. Because it's you versus you.
Exactly. And once you get through you versus you, now it's you versus the world. And when you verse the world, is you presenting yourself how you think of yourself, and you're changing the stigmas of yourself and of the disabled community, facial difference community, all the communities, and it just goes to show like, oh, other people, oh, I didn't know she can talk. Oh, I didn't know, think she could drive. She can do that. It's crazy. It goes there.
And it's different. It's even more different when you're in the industry that I'm in. And even though I'm an interior designer in the making, I'm also a fashion
Mm-hmm.
guru, I guess you could say. And even people seeing, because you can show personality through your style, right? You can show different colors, different shades, different.
Right.
So I already do that. You know what I mean? I already show, alright, this is my style.
Right.
You like it, you like it. If not, I'm still gonna wear it. So to show that on that level and then show it on a career based level and then to show it in general,
Mm-hmm.
I think if you have the right mindset and you trust God and you trust the process within yourself and
Mm-hmm.
you trust that you can do anything that you put your mind to, all the other things don't really matter. All the negativity, all the everything like that, don't make time for it. Don't make time for it because those people are talking to a computer. Those people are talking to a phone. But you have people in your life who are there for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Family, friends, you have an education, some of you. And that's what matters. Your career, you are doing this for yourself. That's my mindset. Everything that I do is for me. Um, the negativity just doesn't even cross my mind anymore. So,
Thank you so much, Annie, for sharing all of that. It's so cool and a blessing to hear that you said negativity doesn't run across your mind anymore. Because, I'm thinking of what I do, as an advocate. Oh, I will say a little bit, sprinkle of negativity, runs up, but as long as you shake it off, that's all that matters. But
and that's normal. You know,
exactly,
you're gonna have negativity
for all our
sometimes. I'm not saying I don't have negativity at all, but it's a matter of how you control it.
exactly how you control it. And I want everyone to know, Miss Chosen. As y'all can see, she is born a natural leader, Miss Facial Difference Advocate. She was just speaking through wisdom and through grace and everything. Um, if you would like to share with the viewers your other name is Chosen, because I feel like that is such a wonderful story how you got that beautiful name, Miss Chosen. So,
That name is definitely something to me. My grandmother gave me that name when I was little. And the backstory, oh my god. I love telling the story. Okay. Um, so I would say I was in middle school and I struggled with anxiety, I struggled with just all the negative thoughts of having a disability. And one day I went to my grandma's house. Um, she could tell that something was wrong. She could
yeah.
tell I had a bad day, and she was like, "What's going on?" So I'm like, I just can't, like, all the negative, right? I can't, I don't want to, there's no point. We've all been there, done that, right? So she was like, think about this, and I want you to think thoroughly and, you know, really sit with yourself. You were chosen this life for a reason. And I'm looking, and I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, that's for you to figure out. What do I mean? You were given this life through God's will. Because God said you can fight. You can fight. This little girl is a warrior. I just gotta, she just has to find it. 41 surgeries later, um, I've been through a lot. And when she said that, it kind of struck a nerve, but it also struck like a different person, right? So I was hard-headed at the time, and I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. God knew she knew what she was talking about. But I had to figure it out. She said that. She said, you have to figure it out, and when you do, let me know, and it's going to change your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it did. And so she said, oh, you're the chosen one. And I looked, and I was like, I don't know what that means.
Hold up, what you mean?
Wait, listen. And she was like, you're gonna figure it out when you get older.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to tell my story. And now, thanks to my grandma, I am one and only chosen one. And best name in the world. Not only because of what it means, but who it comes from. And
Mm-hmm.
she always knew. I
Always
just had,
say that she saw something in you.
she always has. She always, my grandmother's a pastor, so she did know it. But if it weren't for her, I would not have my name. And it's a beautiful name that I will take with me, not only in the disability community, but I am one of one. So
You go everywhere you go. That's you.
that's the type of mentality that kids need to have. You need
That's
to know that you are one of one. You are one of a kind. You're beautiful. You're smart. You're you can do anything that you want to do. You just gotta get through the bad. Once you get through the bad, the good is so good. And I'm grateful. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to know Leah.
and that's why you're chosen to become a facial. You are a facial difference advocate. You know,
It's thanks to
it's
you.
so, it's so crazy how things align for us. Because who would have thought this would be happening for you? And it just, you had to go through your path to get here. And for your grandmother to, for you to remember that's just everything she mentioned to you and told you everything is like, wow, it's like she knew. Because that happened to me as well. Like my mother, she saw something and I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I was going to tell my story one day. You kept my binder and stuff, you kept my pictures, and what are you doing? And
Yeah.
you're like, whoa, girl, you knew.
They always know.
They
They
always know.
always know.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it's so beautiful once you figure it out.
Mhm.
Beautiful feeling, it's a beautiful experience. And you get to share it with the world, so that makes it even more beautiful.
Mhm. And you're helping the lives of others, but just sharing your story.
That's it. That's it. Once you share your story one time and then you do it again and it's like I love it.
So much fun because you're
It's
just spreading
so fun.
positivity, hope, and joy, which is what the world is about. Just helping the life.
And once you share it and hear other people's story, it's like wow. I have people that relate to me.
Bringing me so much like excitement because it's like, oh my God, we have such a, the community just keeps, broadening and it keeps expanding and everything. And it's like, oh God, we have like little kids. Like I met like a 9-year-old girl and her best friend. They both have cleft lip and palate, and they're telling their story at 9 years old. 9 years old. 9 years old. I've never seen that in my life. Not
Hmm.
them just being young, but just them being so confident and just not ashamed at 9 years old. I'm stressing out because I was not like that, and it's
I was
like,
not. At
you
9 years old, I was in the hospital. Like, I don't want to do nothing. Like, I was not. And when you're in, it's different. It's so different when you're in the hospital because you think you have no choice but to think
I know
the opposite.
you have to think.
You have to think. That's all you have, especially with my disability. You can't talk, can't move, can't be yourself. So when you can't be who other people know you to be, it's hard.
Mhm.
But you gotta change the dynamic of how you think. It's easier said than done. It's personal, but God has a plan.
Mhm.
Just gotta follow it.
And
So,
y'all heard everything from Miss Chosen, what she just said. Y'all, Annie, you are such a beautiful soul. You speak so eloquently, and I'm just so glad the world has you here for you sharing your story. Your future is bright. I always say this to you all the time. Just doing your journey, wherever it takes you is going to lead you to the right spot, as always. Always. Always.
thank you.
Of course. So thank you so much, Anibel. It has been a pleasure chatting with you today. If our audience wants to learn more about you and where they could like stay tuned to your posts or your content creation, because it's about to elevate. I know that for sure. Can you mention your at on any of your platforms?
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at anii.bruce, and you can follow me on TikTok on anii.bruce, and I have a YouTube channel in case somebody didn't mention that.
Yes, we do have a YouTube channel. Yeah, how many videos so far?
Like four.
Oh, that's good because it's all
Um,
about production. So get to know more about Anibel at YouTube at what?
anii.bruce.
There we go. There we go. Well, thank you again so much, Annie. Um, we appreciate you sharing your time with us, and we look forward to chatting with you again in the future.
Okay.
See you at another event.
Yes.